Okay guys, today I'm going to be showing y'all a really crazy build with awesome synergy that I found with Flak. Now, a lot of people are using this build, but I haven't seen many people using this weapon with this build. So, okay, there's a major in-game spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled, please click off the video right now. Please. But with that said, let's get into it. Now, I'm just going to kill the boss first, and then I'll show you the build after. My build isn't 100% refined. I just got to level 50 not too long ago. I say not too long, but I've been farming this boss for like 2 hours past level 50. Just because of how ridiculous this build is. It's been so much fun. Now, let me stock up on ammo. Again, major in-game spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, do not continue watching this video. Please click off. I'll give y'all a second. Draw some bags, you know, for the one time. Okay, now I'm gonna get into it. And you'll see that I can kill Tyrene before she even gets done with her animation. Of course that grenade's ridiculous too. That is not the point of this video. Look at that. Tyrene didn't even get to leave. She didn't even get to do anything. She just died. It's kind of ridiculous. Check these legendaries real quick. Nothing too great. Okay, so here's the build. I started off with the hunter tree. I put 3 into leave no trace, of course. I just used these to get to the next section. Put 5 into hunter's eye, and I'll show you why here in a second. But obviously it's really good, but it has awesome synergy with the class mod I'm using. 3 into head count, just for cooldown time, you know, it's really helpful. This is awesome. You have to have Two-Fang for this build to work. Two-Fang and leave no trace are the core parts of this build, as well as hunter's eye. I put 3 into the most dangerous game just for some added damage. Grim Harvest, a couple. This added crit damage, which I'm using a Jacob's weapon, so crit damage is essential. And then crit chance so from when I'm out of my action skill, I have a great chance to reduce my cooldown with head count. Now I went over to the whatever tree this is, I'm sorry. Went over to the stalker tree, and I put 5 into self-repairing system just for a little survivability. This, you don't really need it because of the gun I'm using, which I'll show here in a minute, gives health regeneration every time you deal damage, which is absolutely ridiculous because you're dealing a lot of damage. 5 into furious attack. Whenever you shoot an enemy, you gain a stack furious attack, so that's an extra 20% gun damage right there. Overclocked. You really don't need it for this build at all because you have max fire rate because you're using Jacob's weapons. Put 1 into eager to impress just to get to the next slot. Lick the wounds, nice to have, you know. Turn tail and run. Again, just to get to the next slot. Fast and the Furious, 25% gun damage when you're above half health, which you will almost always be, again, because this gun gives health regeneration with damage you deal. And that's all I've used for now. I have one, this is also extremely important, Gorillas in the Mist, so you can spam the hell out of your Jacob's weapon and get absolutely insane DPS. And then unblinking eye, critical hit damage, 75% per hit. So that's a lot. That's a lot of extra damage right there. And that's all the skills I have currently. Again, this is not a 100% refined build, so you can probably tweak some of the health regeneration stuff, and like the one where your pet revives you to do more damage in the hunter's or in the stalker tree. Like I would go definitely for the power inside instead of a couple of these here that I used and all that, because that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous capstone. Okay, now to the weapon. As you can see, I have 4 of the same weapon because they are awesome. This weapon is ridiculous. The Queen and King's Call. Now, what it doesn't say on the item card is that these weapons give you, like I said previously, health regeneration per hit, kind of like the Moxie's weapons in Borderlands 2. But it's an absolutely insane amount of health regeneration because of the damage you're dealing with this build. And, yeah, that's really it. You can get anointed versions of these weapons, but they only give you increased accuracy and handling. So it's really not that big of a deal. Really, because, I mean, you don't really need accuracy when you're just spamming, in your action skill, so. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. This right here, this class mod is one of the main reasons that this does so well. Flak has a 3% chance to activate any purchased hunt kill skill while dealing gun damage. So your kill skills will be active pretty much all the time. And the most important part of this whole build, almost, besides like everything else, this build is ridiculous. But bosses are now treated as humans, beasts, and robotics for Flak's hunt skills. And if I go back over here, oh, went too far. If I go back over here, where is it at? Right here. This has amazing synergy with that class mod, which will allow you to deal absolutely ridiculous damage to bosses. Flak's probably the best boss character in the game. Best for killing bosses. Highest DPS easily in the whole game. And, yeah, that's about it. You saw that I killed Tyrene without her even going into phase 2. So, yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. The trick to that is you have to deal as much damage to her as possible while she's in her animation after she's invulnerable. So you have to hit her right after she's invulnerable to her next invulnerable state so that she goes so that she kneels down on the ground again, and you can just rinse and repeat the process. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe if you liked and really liked it, But yeah, that's it. I'm out.